Hello, my name is Brant. Today is the 5th day of June 2020, and what I wanted to talk to you about was the question here is what is integrity? I doubt that uh, many people hear this word anymore, um, and so I'm just going to explain it, and I'm not going to go that long tonight. I've been doing a lot of reading today, so I won't go in a long disputation here. Um, Integrity is simply being true to your word. Um, Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. I was taught this because I didn't have integrity when I was younger. Doesn't mean I'm have it all here today too, but I mean integrity means simply to be honest, to be truthful. Do not tell lies. Um, don't take shortcuts. Be a man of your word. After all, so today there is little integrity anywhere. I don't see it from many people. In fact, I doubt I could even share anyone who has integrity around me. There may be one or two. I'm thinking back now, maybe it is. I deal with a guy who I tend to buy raw milk from, or who's a farmer, and he, as far as I can tell, he's honest and true. He is, as far as I know, he's a Christian, which I am not a Christian. I do not participate in that anymore. I grew up in that belief system for over 40 years of my life, and began to see that what I was being taught or had been taught was not true. But back to integrity, I remember someone coming up to me because I, made commitments to be involved with certain things, and got myself really basically overcommitted. And yet I was telling people I was going to be there, and then lo and behold, I wasn't showing up. And so a gentleman came up to me and basically said, what are you doing? And I said, what are you talking about? And I didn't take it at first, rightly so. Kind of bothered me. But then I realized he was right. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. So if you tell someone you're going to do something, the only reason you have an excuse is either you're sick or unable to do it. But if not, you need to do it. So, like for a situation for work or that type of thing, it's just not work. It's in all areas of your lives. If you're gonna pay a bill, you need to, and you say you're gonna do it, and you don't do it, your word doesn't mean anything anymore, and that's critical because that means other people cannot trust you. They can't depend upon you. You see, you let them down, and you let yourself down. Also, integrity simply is not to lie to others. Those who lie enough or plenty get lied to. That's a fact. If you choose to lie to others and not tell the truth, you will be lied to yourself because it comes back around. It's a form of, what you reap and what you sow is what you reap. And I see many people, when I've been in business with my father, I run my own business now on myself. I'm self-employed. And your integrity means a lot. Are you trustworthy? That's another key word. Are you trustworthy? So being committed, doing things, saying you're going to do this and that. If you are in what I call a no man's land and you don't want to make a commitment, then don't make that commitment. Although that's the problem also with people, simply is they don't want to commit to anything these days, which states that basically they don't have courage to stand or something or against something. So, but I see this enormously with politicians that are basically, they don't have any integrity. Neither do preachers. They don't have integrity. And I'm talking about in general here, folks. I mean, politicians. I've never met an honest politician. Have you? Have you met a preacher who's honest, has integrity? Most of them are what I call controlling. They want to control you or manipulate you. I know that I experienced that with a number of pastors in my own life, to see that these men were controlling or manipulative and trying to make me feel guilty about something I had not done, or make me feel inferior to them. So I know in my life that I've lied to other people, and I kind of got what I deserved because I got lied to. I know, for example, my father was highly manipulative. He had good points, but this was one of the things he was not good at. He manipulated other people, and he got manipulated himself. He got taken advantage of. Being gullible or naive. And you have to also listen to your gut a lot of times too, to make a good decision in what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and not make a quick decision. But we live in a day that basically people's word doesn't mean anything anymore. And I'm 60 years old, and I can recall my parents, my mom and dad, telling me that your name, if you're not telling the truth and you don't have integrity, you don't do what you say you're going to do, you don't have a good name. It doesn't mean you don't have a good name, like a bad name. It just means simply is you're not true to your word, and people will avoid you, stay away from you. But that's not true anymore. Today, people are not sensitive or just don't care, and I think that's the problem. Is a lot of people just don't care, and that reflects in our society. That's why there's so much evil, bad things going on, is because people don't have integrity anymore. They don't care. They don't care. They fucking don't care. And it's sad. It really is. So I always compare these things and think of myself background. That is, that I think, well, a used car salesman, a preacher, and a politician are all down at the bottom. They're all at the bottom. Most are not trustworthy. The sad part is simply is the used cars salesman. You may lose money, or your car might have a problem with it. A politician is someone who's going to lie to you no matter what. So your belief and your faith in them is a problem. But the one that really bothers me, and you need to think about this seriously, a man who claims to be a spiritual person, or quote unquote a guru, or something of that nature, pastor, whatever you want to call it, and they tell you these things, they can damn your soul. Although you do make your choices, you have free will, but you can be damned in a lot of ways by believing these people who quote unquote have been taught certain things, and they have never researched it themselves, and they just simply preach it because it's what everybody is preaching. So the thing is, again, is to be impeccable with your word, be true. Don't be embarrassed by things simply as, I don't make such and such amount of money or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, being honest. And a lot of that simply we lie because we feel inferior to other people. It's a mechanism that clicks on and says, well, what are they going to think about you? The hell with what people think of you. Who cares? Who cares, really? It's you. It's what counts, not them. If they value that little of you, you don't need to be around them. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope that this